Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Welcome to a 5 Minutes of Momentum episode. Today I want to talk to you about, are you desperation selling? I love this term because sometimes we don't realize we're doing it until someone points it out. And so I want to talk to you about this and some of the things that you can do to overcome this, because desperation selling will never ever lead to good sales. It will lead to you taking on clients that are the wrong fit, you probably discounting or offering or services for free, giving away stuff for free because you are so desperate to get money through the door. Now, I also want to be conscious of the fact that I understand what it feels like when you're in scarcity, which is often the biggest energy driver or the emotion driver that causes us to sell from a place of desperation. So this is not a judgment piece. I'm not judging you for desperately trying to sell. When you're in a state in your business where you're like, I've got to bring new clients through the door, I understand it, I get it. It's very hard to pull yourself out of, but I want to give you the tools to be able to do that, because it's one of the biggest things I love to do for my clients. Because when it comes to money mindset, when you actually sell from an abundant place, from an abundant mindset, believing that there is more than enough clients to go around, where there is, it's just a matter of time before the right client finds you, and all you need to do is get in front of the right client. Like, if you can run your business from the perspective of abundance, you're less likely to get caught up in scarcity. But when we're activated by scarcity, because it is a real fear, because money is tied to our evolution, and it's tied to our survival, which means when that money gets low in the bank account, it can make us feel like there's not enough because we need money for food, we need money for shelter. And so it activates our evolutionary fear of survival. So it's a real thing. And I think one of the things is that just don't judge yourself when it comes to that place. When you recognize, like, oh my God, I'm selling from desperation. When you recognize that within yourself, please don't judge yourself. One, you really want to be aware of it so then you can pull yourself out of it. And two, remind yourself that it's temporary. You won't always feel like this. There'll always be more money that will come through. All right, so that brings me to the first one, which is literally awareness, being aware whether you're selling from a place of desperation. And it's that headspace. It's literally an attitude of like, I don't care who signs up, I've just got to get a client, right? I'm just going to have to discount. I'm just going to have to keep selling myself, and I'm pushing. It's almost like a real push energy instead of a magnetizing, pulling energy. And you really do want to be in a pulling energy. And to do that, you need to feel from a place of abundance. And so the first thing I always suggest for my clients is shift your physical energy. Get out of your house. Do something that moves your body, that makes you feel good. You need those endorphins, right? You need to kickstart a little bit more different energy and chemicals moving through your body. And when we're focused on the problem, all we can do is see more of the problem. So when you move your energy, like putting on your favorite song, dancing around the living room, going out and spending some time with a friend, maybe going for a coffee, getting some sunshine, grounding, like do something that makes you feel really good. Exercising, I find that just, going for a run or going for a really long walk, like doing something that shifts your physical energy, or it gets those chemicals, those endorphins flowing. It shifts your chemical makeup and then starts to shift your mindset, and then your mind responds to your body. So if we can start there, it shifts you out of scarcity. Then what we want to do is come back to seeing our worth and our value, that you are absolutely worthy of receiving more clients into your business. And so then what I would suggest you do is go read some of your past testimonials, go look at the value that you deliver to your clients so you can believe in that value. Write down 5 to 10 reasons why you are the best person for someone to work with right now, why you are the best person to serve your ideal client. And you've got to write it down. You can't just think about it. You've got to get it out of your head and onto paper. And the more you write down, the better. What we're doing here is we're bolstering your confidence and your self-belief so that when you go out to sell, you're not selling from a place of desperation, you're selling from a place of worthiness. You're going to have a completely different response from people when you're selling from a place of worthiness. Now, another way that I do this is doing it when I'm really passionate about something, jumping on stories and sharing past client experiences. I do it from a place of after I've gotten off a coaching session, I'm in such a high buzz, high energy state. That's when I sell. Sell from your authenticity, right? Sell from a place that feels good, because your people are going to be attracted to that. So that's how we pull ourselves out of that desperation. 2, we've also got to remind ourselves that
there's always more clients, there is always more money, and reminding ourselves that it's always temporary. Like money, if you just look back on your life experience, you've always had, money's always shown up for you. You've always had money. If you have access to the internet, you're able to listen to this podcast, you've always had access to money. And so sometimes what can happen is that we go into a state of scarcity without actually knowing the facts. Our brain just goes into a state of fear. Whereas I want you to start looking at the proof that from your life experience, you have had times where you've had more and you've had times where you've had less, and you've gotten through every single one of those moments, right? So reminding yourself that you know how to get through it, focus back on the value that you deliver and start talking about that value, communicating that value, add more value to people, and that value will will come back to you in money in twofold. Let me just repeat what I just said so it lands, right? What I mean is go out there and deliver more value. So anytime that I'm doubting my worth, anytime that I'm really needing new clients through the door, I go and give. I go and give. Not from a place of desperation, from a place of service. If you can give from a place of service, people will see that value, they'll value that value, and then want to work with you. All right, lovely. Stop with the desperation selling and go and try these little tools and let me know how you go.